This is a video about how to solve for a missing side in a right triangle using trigonometry. This is at the proficient level. This particular problem says to solve the right triangle for the missing side. And by missing side, it's referring to this, the one that's marked with an X. Bear in mind that X could be up here. You should still be able to find what its value is. But this is the one that we're looking for. And this is the acute angle that we're given. We don't know this one, but we could easily find it by using the triangle sum theorem. But we're being asked to find what X is. So it's a side length that we're looking for. So what we're going to do is we're going to label this side that's opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. So we're going to label that, and then the leg that's right that's opposite the angle. If you draw an arrow out from it, it points to the other side. That's the opposite leg. And while it is true that this then is the adjacent leg, adjacent means next to, and it's right next to that angle, I'm going to say let's not label it, just because then we know we're dealing with O and H. We don't get confused with the other one that's over here. So we go to our mnemonic, so, ga, doa, and we're looking at O and H. And the only one that has O and H is this S. That is then the sine function. And so we'll write out our equation. The sine, remember that when you write sine, cosine, or tangent, whatever follows immediately right after is the angle. So this is the sine of 52 degrees. Then the equal sign is equal to O over H. I'll write it in here just for reference. O over H, the opposite of the hypotenuse. The opposite is 18, and the hypotenuse is X. And we want to get the X alone. But you got to note that the X here is in the denominator, and we do not want it in the denominator. So right now, 18 is being divided by X. I'm going to start this thing off by multiplying both sides by X. And that will cancel the X on the left-hand side. And so now we're left with X times the sine of 52 degrees is equal to 18. But we want to get the X alone. So now X is being multiplied by the sine of 52. We're then going to divide both sides by the sine of 52 degrees. And that will cancel that on one side. Now X is alone. Now, if you compare that to the video that we did before, it only is one step. If you just have X over notice if you just had X on the top with the value on the bottom, then you can just multiply both sides by that value, and then you've got your answer. This is just a single step. But in this case, we've got the two steps. But now, this is what we would put in the calculator. So we take 18 divided by the sine of 52. Once again, make sure that your calculator is in degrees. If it's one of the newer calculators, you can see it on the screen. If it's one of the older calculators, you may have to push mode. And it does say radians and degrees. Excuse me. Second mode will quit from that screen. So we're going to take 18 and we're going to divide by the sine of 52 degrees. I'm going to check again, just make sure here. Yep. 52 degrees, the sine of 52, 18 divided by the sine of 52. So look here, 18 divided by the sine of 52. And I hit enter. This is going to give me that X value, which is 22.84. Because they've asked us to round to the hundredths place. The 4 is in the hundredths place. This is 84 hundredths. And that's... the one next to it is a 2, so that rounds down to 4, so it's 22.84 X oops here, x is then approximately equal to 22.84. Right. And had it had units, if this had been inches, then this would be inches. Just make sure that you include the units. This one doesn't have the units, and so we'll just continue from there. So, a ver, en español, dice que resuelva el triángulo rectángulo. Solve the right triangle for the missing side. Resuelve el triángulo por el lado faltante. Y el lado faltante es ese que está marcado por X. Entonces, en eso ponemos de que el lado que es opuesto del ángulo recto es siempre la hipotenusa. Y si tienes que dibujar una flechita desde el ángulo al otro lado que conoces, ese es el lado opuesto. Opposite en inglés. Y es cierto de que el otro lado es el adyacente. Adjacent. Adjacent quiere decir al costado. Next to en inglés. No sabemos nada de eso. No estamos buscando ese lado. Entonces manejamos eso de opposite y adjacent. Entonces, si te fijas, en nuestro mnemonic so, ka, toa, el único que tiene el opuesto y la hipotenusa, O y H es el S y ese es el sign. Perdón. Esa es la función sign en inglés. Entonces, podemos escribir la ecuación. Y escribimos entonces, te lo voy a poner a escribir de nuevo. El sign, cuando pones sin o cosine o tangent, lo que sigue inmediatamente es un ángulo. Entonces el ángulo es 52 grados. 52 grados. Y eso es igual, como vemos en el mnemonic, O sobre H. Y lo escribo solo por referencia, O sobre H. O, entonces es 18 sobre H, que es lo que estamos buscando, X. Ahora, cuando tenemos eso, hay que fijarse de que X está abajo en el denominador. Y no queremos que esté en el denominador, queremos que esté en el numerador. Entonces, se está dividiendo 18 entre X. Dividir entre X, lo opuesto es multiplicar por X. Y eso hacemos en ambos lados. Eso lo elimina en la mano izquierda porque X entre X es 1. Deja el 18 solo en un lado. Y de ahí puedes reconocer de que tenemos el sin de 52 grados y eso está multiplicando por X. Entonces lo opuesto de multiplicar por el sin de 52 es dividir entre el sin de 52 grados en ambos lados. Lo que haces en un lado hay que hacerlo en el otro lado también. Entonces eso lo elimina y X es igual al 18. Eso es lo que hay que poner en la calculadora. 18 dividido entre el sin de 52. Hay que asegurar de que esté en grados. Ese que dice degree está bien. Lo pones 18 dividido entre el sin de 52 y sale 22.84. Si estás redondeando al lugar de las centésimas, 2 lugares después del punto decimal está un 4, al costado está 2, y si eso 2 es 0, 1, 2, 3 o 4, redondea para abajo, simplemente lo cortas y se queda en 4. Si fuera 5 mayor, se quedaría en ese 4, si se sumaría 1, si sería 85. Entonces tenemos 22.84 y eso es la respuesta. Pa'lante, sigue trabajando.